When we start residing at the Rasaini town, we were there for some for 2 months, some for 3 months. So most of the nights I have this dream and nightmare that I'm in Kabul. I'm returning back to the Kabul, and in the morning I wake up at Rasaini and I felt a little bit confident and comfort. And when I shared this to my other friends and colleagues, which we came together, actually most of them, they had the same dreams and same nightmares. So it was like a shock and trauma for several months we had. My name is Noor Ahmad Obaid. I'm from Afghanistan. I was a former translator with the Lithuanian armed force back in Afghanistan. So right now I'm living in Vilnius, and I'm working as a senior production manager with the kombucha company. This is about the Zoroastrian. It's from my ancestors, like a symbol of the Persia, glory of the Persia. After I graduated from the school, I joined with the Lithuanian armed forces as a translator in my hometown called Chakcharan in Gur province of Afghanistan. So I started working with them from 2011 up to 2013, so almost 2 years I was working with the Lithuanian armed force. And after they left Afghanistan, I started my studies again in the field of medicine. We were growing with the violence, especially the moment that I lost my father. The Taliban killed him. So I remember that all the streets and the city was full of bodies and blood. According to Afghanistan revolutions, my childhood divided into 3 parts. During the Afghanistan civil wars, during the Taliban, and after Taliban, which the international forces came to Afghanistan. So I was born at the middle of the Afghanistan civil wars. That at the time that how my parents described that the only concern of people was survival, to stay alive at that time. So I don't remember anything about the civil wars in Afghanistan during that time, but as my parents described, I was born with a chronic pneumonia. So in our village, there was no access to the medical centers to treat me. So my family forced to leave the village and move to the nearest small town, which there was a poor access to the medical centers. So it was quite hard decision for my family to move to live in a town that they have no job, no any source of income. But somehow they could overcome the problems, and they decided to stay to the city where I can have access to the medical centers, to the doctors, to being treated. So after I turned out 7 years old, and that time was during the Taliban era. So I started the school, and my brothers. And my family decided to stay in that town. So I remember during the Taliban era, so it was usually there was a lot of wars and a lot of conflicts between the Taliban and resistance group, which was led by Masood. And during the days that there was no war, we were going to school and we were playing with the friends, with the neighbors. But during the days that was war, So we had to take shelter at home and listen to the bullets which were firing all the days. The third part was during that the international forces came in Afghanistan. So Afghanistan had its freedom. Every system were developing, especially the education, so that I could learn English as well. I was very interested in it after all this happening and when the coalition and international forces came. So the first person, actually in our city, it was very small city. My brother was from those little people that could learn English very fast, and so they can teach others. So I learned English at home and then at school. That was a very good moment at the first time to feel freedom, to feel secure, and yeah, it was a pleasant moment. My brother was interpreter before me, was translator, and he was our senior interpreter, who was like a team leader. So that was another reason that he suggested me to work with him. So that's why I chose to work with the Lithuanian forces. The last moments, it was 2020 that I graduated from the university. So I was waiting for the medical entrance examination, which is held by the Ministry of Health. The Taliban were developing too fast, so the provinces start to being collapsed by Taliban. So I felt the danger. So it was in that time that we decided, me and my colleagues, my brother and other colleagues, which were working with the Lithuanian Armed Forces. So we wrote some letters to the Lithuanian authorities, Lithuanian Ministry of Defense and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And we asked them that we need assistance quite urgent because the situation is getting bad and very bad. And they answered, they responded to us quite soon, after almost a week. They said that we are agree with your request of being asylum in our country, in Lithuania, and soon we will send some representative to the Kabul to have an interview with you to issue the visa for you. A week after the Taliban came to Kabul and this accident of the Kabul airport happened, that you may heard about it. A week after, the Lithuanian Ministry of Defense could to arrange a team to send to the Kabul and to evacuate us from the airport. I came here with my mother. I brought my mother with myself. So my brother, before the Kabul collapsed by Taliban, he traveled to the US. So my family only was me and my mother. I came here, and 1 year after I got married with an Afghan girl in Turkey, and she came to Lithuania, and we're living together. I'm struggling here to start a normal life. So the immigration has always its difficulties, and adapting to a new place, doing something new, it's always difficult. So for us, for my family, it was also difficult. But the main goal is to one day to work according to the profession I got from my country. So because of some reasons here, still I couldn't start studying again here in the field of medicine.